How do you feel like you're assimilating to the game, the college game? You feel like you're coming along pretty well right now?
I think so. It's just with me, it's just getting like my confidence level all the way there. And of course, these last few games have really shown me, what college basketball is all about. And playing these tough teams, kind of getting me prepared for, the next few games. And like Nico was talking about, this next game will be a challenge for us. But we're up for anything. We've been practicing, and I just can't wait to, go out there and play another game. So.
What have you learned about yourself this first month of the season?
That I'm capable of much more. My energy brings a good presence to the court, so keeping that same energy, defensive pressure, offensive attacking the basket, creating more shots for my teammates. So.
This program has always had a defensive stopper who can just go to the other team's best player and shut them down. Is that something that Gino has asked you to try to become?
Of course, he just asked me, go out there, guard the best player to the best of your ability, but bring that same intensity. Of course, not asking for much, but just that defensive pressure that I bring that I've been lacking a little bit. So just bringing that to the next game.
What have you all been working on this week now that you've had some time to kind of practice and get back on the court?
Just communication, of course. Defensive, one of our biggest things, like we've been talking about, and just going back to playing Connecticut basketball, moving the ball really well. Just getting back into our groove that we had, but we lost a little bit on and off. So just getting back to our regular basketball play.
What's it like being on the court with Paige and Nick at the same time?
It's really good, honestly. Learning from them, watching them, like if they drive towards me, what to do, different things that they see that I can, turn on if they leave the game, get subbed out of the game, something that I can do to help impact.
What's the biggest lesson they've taught you so far?
Definitely just pacing myself, like I've been saying at the beginning of the season. It's all pace. You don't have to go at one speed at the college level, so just pacing myself, knowing when to slow the game down, and knowing when to speed it up and push the ball.
As someone who had to buy a KK Arnold jersey for a Christmas present this year, have you been starting to get recognized more, and how do you see that role in terms of the little kids and even just the adults being a kind of a face of this program there?
Like I said, it's all a blessing. Thank you, by the way. It's all been a blessing. Like I said, I've all been seeing social media posts. I've seen people in the crowd wearing my jersey. So this is all just a blessing and just recognition of, our whole team and just the freshmen as well, the impact that we have coming in.
What are some things that you can do to space the floor now with missing the three-point threat? How can you go about that? People have to probably attack it different ways, right?
Definitely. Like I said, one thing that I bring to the team, I think, is just attacking the basket, creating open shots. So doing more of that, spacing out the floor. And if I see a lane, don't be, afraid. Just go attack it. Like I said, I'll make mistakes here and there, but it's just what I do after that mistake. I shouldn't affect the next play of the game.
KK, when you came, obviously, UConn has great players. Paige is here and AZ. And did you expect to have to contribute this much this soon, or like you were expecting to do your best all the time, but it's been kind of like, okay, get in there and
Yeah, no, it's kind of been way more. Like I said, I was expecting like you said, everybody was supposed to be healthy and be back, so just every time I got on the court, I was just be the best me. But like you said, it's been a different role this year, so just going out there and playing my heart out, proving that we can win this game and help my teammates out. So.
UConn usually schedules these tough games early in the season to think about March. Have you guys, is that still the mindset? Are you still benefiting from these games and using it for down the line, this adversity that you're facing? Oh,
of course. This is honestly like one of the best schedules that we have. Playing these competitive teams help us, like you said, down the road during the March. But like you said, we just have to go one game at a time and learn from, these types of games. Like I said, the UCLA game that we learned from, got it right back against Kansas. So now we just have to learn from each and every game and just go at the next game even harder.
So much is going to be asked of the freshman class now. Have you guys talked amongst yourselves? I mean, is there a bond there where let's go out and make an impact and really help lift the program?
Yeah, of course. We all have our, our little jitters before the game. So just talking to each other and saying just play our game when we go out there, do the best we can, but also just play with our whole heart and, play for our teammates as well. That's all they can ask for, and that's all we can ask for as well.
Has all this become normal to you yet?
A little bit, but, this is all still surreal at some moments playing against these, top-notch point guards and playing aside, some of my teammates. But, it's becoming half and half.
And it's still an honor to be yelled at by Gino?
Oh, yeah, it is. Great honor. Great honor.
Does he honor you often?
Yeah. couldn't ask for a better coach. So.
Your parents have gone to almost every game so far. What's it like just having their support at this level?
It's really good. I don't know if you guys can probably hear my mom in the crowd. I can still hear her voice saying get in on defense and everything. So my dad's more to himself and just watches, but I can always hear my mom's voice that keeps me going. So.
You just talk about the other freshmen, what you've seen out of Ashlyn and Q so far.
Ashlyn, great player, great defensive intensity, and also the offensive end gets her spots. She has one of the greatest pull-ups I've ever seen. So when she gets to that pull-up, gets confidence coming into the game, those shots, it's wonderful. Same thing with Q, finding her in open spots, that's what I'm saying, attacking the basket and looking for her. She'll knock down most of those shots, and, everybody in the crowd goes boom, so we can't wait for those moments to happen. So it's just all great impact.
Can you talk about Mika as a mentor? How is she with the younger players, especially you and the other guards?
Mm-hmm. She's really good, especially this week. Preparing for us for the Texas game, just telling us like where to go, certain things that we just need to look for this specific game. The defensive pressure that they'll bring. So what should we do? Don't let them push the pace of our playing time and just different things like that, and especially me on hand pacing myself. So she's been teaching me, the right passes, the right movements, and everything, right plays to call. So.
Is she as intense with you guys as she is during the games?
Oh yeah, of course, and I wouldn't want anything less.
So much is expected out of Paige. Everybody thinks, don't worry about UConn, their injuries. Paige is going to lead them. What have you seen in her, and how much confidence do you have that she can help carry you through all this?
She's like the greatest player I ever played against us, so just her leadership and everything carries us a long way, but it's just not all on her. It's a team sport as well, so just as she, if she's down or not making shots, we need to figure out a way to just give her a breather or whatever, and then just continue on with the game and making us like less sport. But we can't just put all the pressure on her. We have to be, well mindful of, the situation of the game. We have to help her out. So.
What's been the hardest adjustment just to college life for you?
Like I said, the biggest thing for me has just been pace. I've always been like these last few games I've been watching film, just going at one speed, so just slowing down sometimes and giving myself a breather. Going that time and speed all the time is going to get me tired quickly. So
I meant like overall college.
Oh, overall college, I don't know. It's just every game has been like an eye-opening lesson to me. So just going on one game at a time, pretty good.
You had high expectations coming in, and I know you said you want to still continue to get better, but Big East, freshman of the week, 2 weeks in a row, have you been able to kind of appreciate that you're living up to those expectations and a big part of this team?
Oh yeah, I definitely have. I look at that and like all of it's a blessing, and I'm grateful for all the votes and everything. But just can't look at that. Got to put that in the past and worry about the next game and worry about the next win for our team.